Rather than a speech tonight, we've enlisted the help of two of Bishop's most trusted friends and confidants. No, not John Elway and Peyton Manning. We tried, but they were unavailable tonight. So please welcome to the stage Renee DeMay, longtime administrative assistant to Bishop, Father Brad Pelzel, Vicar General and Pastor at Modern Day Parish, as well as our honoree, Bishop Nickless. Come on up. So we're going to do this kind of as a round robin. Are you excited? Inquiring minds want to know. So, Renee, what is something about Bishop that makes him a great priest?
Remember, I'm still your boss.
He didn't say robes, did he?
Okay.
No, it's not robes. You want to know about him being a priest, not a bishop? Or can I change the question?
You can change the question.
Because I think what makes him a great bishop is that he is a great priest. So, I mean, a bishop does so many things. He does all these administrative things. He has a busy schedule and squeezes in masses here and there and does ministerial stuff. But I think what makes Bishop, I think what I have seen over my years with Bishop is that when he's connecting with someone one-on-one, like when you get in trouble and you get sent to the chancery office and Bishop has to talk to you, I think that's when Bishop really shines, when he can be pastoral and care for people. And I think he does that in his masses, in his liturgies, but I think when you get one-on-one with him, that's when you really see what a great priest he is, and that's what makes him an awesome bishop.
Thanks, Renee. You want to pass that over to Father Brad? So, Father Brad, that microphone. If you could copy one quality of Bishop Nickless that you currently don't have, what would it be and why?
Well, the quality would be his prayerfulness. Priests are supposed to be prayerful, and I try to do my best. One of the things when I came to Sioux City as the vocation director, my first year, it got to be about late March, early April, and so I gave the bishop my recommendations for the seminarians for their summer assignments. And I just thought it'd be a rubber stamp, and off it goes. And instead, he goes, well, I got to pray on this. And then the guys are starting to contact me. It's end of April, we're going into May, school's about to get out. When are we going to find out our assignments? And I learned that I needed to give him the list of the assignments in December. Seriously. So that when I brought it up in March, he was ready to talk about it. And for me, with my background, you walk into a room, you see a problem, you assess it, you start saying, okay, you do this, you go here. And to really sit and pray about it and intentionally pray about it over a long period of time is something that I admire quite a bit.
Great. Bishop, what's your favorite childhood memory growing up in Colorado?
Oh, well, first of all, thank you. I mean, I feel on the spot tonight. And I just am so supportive and so proud of what has happened at Bishop Heelan Catholic High School and the school. So thank you for coming tonight to support, not me. I'm just kind of the guinea pig, the instrument to help our Catholic school. So I'm so proud of all that John has done, especially in these last years, and the great legacy of Bishop Heelan. I was looking at the helmet on my table, 1949. I was 2 years old. And so I'm thinking, wow, Heelan is as old as me, and I'm a little older. So, but thank you all for being here tonight. My greatest memory of Colorado is what I miss in Iowa is the mountains. You know, when we were younger, in the summer, we would drive up to the mountains. Some of you have been to Colorado and been to Estes Park. That was really a nice to be able to think. The more kids my mom and dad had, the less we went up there. I was the oldest, so I got to go pretty often with my cousins and just being in the mountains and having a picnic up in the mountains. Great, great memories.
It's beautiful. Renee, this is a tough one. If Bishop had chosen married life, what would have most annoyed his would-be wife?
Am I on a timer? Do I have to? Well, I would obviously say he's the pickiest eater I know. I don't know how.
Any wife could live with me, right?
I would have, he tells you how he wants something. He told Father Brad the other day that he doesn't like spinach, and something Father Brad had made, a pasta had spinach. He's like, yes, you do like spinach, Bishop. It was in the pasta, and you're like, oh. So, and even tonight, I had to trade my steak with him because his was too red. And he dumped all the green beans.
We know what that's like, right, Chris?
Dumped all the green beans on Royce's plate. So.
No, Royce said he liked vegetables, so I was trying to eat better.
So, any wife of his would be way beyond annoyance. It would be like frying pan to the head type thing. So.
I think that was an excellent answer, Renee. Excellent answer.
Sorry, Bishop.
Back to Father Brad. Bishop Nickless, like all great leaders, must motivate his team. How does Bishop do this best? Motivate his team.
He consults a lot of people. I mean, he's got an inner circle of people that he really trusts. He's got the College of Consultors amongst the priests that he brings a lot of stuff to. He's got his senior staff that he brings a lot of things to. The Diocesan Finance Council, all the different councils, but he really does listen to them, and it really empowers the people that are working with him to come up with, I guess the best way to say it is all of us are smarter than one of us, and so I think that is probably the best thing in his leadership.
Great. Bishop, did you ever get in trouble in school? And if so, can you tell us one thing you did when you got in trouble?
I was perfect. No, I remember I was in 8th grade, and I was walking home from school with a friend of mine. And the high school was right across the street from the grade school. And so we're walking home, and we saw a window open. And so we said, let's go in the school. This is after school, everything's locked, everything. So we walked in, and we'd never been in the high school before. We're looking around all the floors. We got to the 3rd floor, and we were just walking around. And then we saw the janitor, big, huge janitor, walking down the hall. We were scared to death. So we ran as quick as we could to the other end of the hall, and he's just walking along, We got to the end of the corridor of the hall. The doors are chained. That was the days when you could chain doors. And so they were all chained, and we just had to stand there. We had to walk through him. He took us by the neck, smashed our heads together, and threw us against the locker. Then he took us over to the pastor. He said, okay guys, on Saturday, you're coming to the high school and you're going to clean the locker rooms. So that was when I got in trouble and how I got punished. It was a stupid, silly thing, but that's what I remember when I got in trouble.
Are you all a little surprised the Bishop has breaking and entering on his record? Right? Just a little bit.
Scared of that guy, wondering why he isn't running after us, because he knew the doors were locked. And so.
Renee, what is Bishop's guilty pleasure?
We all know that.
Are all the children gone? Well, he does like a little tobacco, a little packet of tobacco once in a while?
I do?
Yes, Julie, is his dentist here anywhere? So, that's one of them.
Snus, S-N-U-S,
okay.
somebody gave me that, a friend of mine gave me that, and, yeah. My dentist noticed, she noticed white marks on my gum, and she said, Bishop, maybe you should try to stop that. I said, no.
And I think he gave one to Royce, and Royce got sick.
Royce knows how to hold his liquor, but not his tobacco, huh? Father Brad, maybe could you tell us a time that you've seen Bishop when he's just had to laugh at himself and just step back and just laugh it off?
It was at his father's funeral. He had given his brothers and sisters explicit instructions on what they could say for the eulogy, and he had instructed them only one, had to be less than 5 minutes, no poems. And then his sister starts crying, and so he relents, and she gets up there and she does a poem. And then his brother gets up there, and if you've ever seen a comedy act where, the guy gets out and he pulls out this wad of paper like he's got a talk that's 10 pages long, well, his brother did the same thing, only his talk was 10 pages long. And he talked for a very long time. It was beautiful, heartfelt, but it was like half the funeral business. And Bishop is sitting there and he just smiled, and this is my family, this is who they are, and he just laughed at himself because there wasn't anything else to do.
It's a good story. Bishop, were you spoiled as a child?
I'm the oldest of 10. The oldest are never spoiled. It's always my younger brother. I got all the punishment, all the blame, all the experimentation. It was on me and my first 3 sisters because we were the oldest. So, no, I was not spoiled.
What did your mother call you when she was mad at you? What would she call you?
Well, it depends on how old I was. I was first Nicky because of my last name. Everybody called me Nick. In high school, Nick. And then Little Walker, because my dad is Big Walker, and then Little Walker. So Little Walker, but I didn't get in trouble.
Wait, he had 5 sisters.
Uh-huh.
He was spoiled.
Yeah, I wasn't spoiled. They didn't like me.
Renee, what does Bishop listen to for music? Is it really John Denver? What does he listen to?
Honestly, I have never heard him listen to music. I mean, if you count like Bishop Barron's podcasts and Mike Schmidt's Catechism in a Year or Outcast Catholic, that would be what you listen to. If he listens to John Denver, he would have to be
Bishop, do you want to tell us what you listen to? Do you have a musical choice?
I don't listen much to music. I like news.
All right.
So I did listen to John Denver. He's great. I remember some of you have heard of Red Rocks Amphitheater in Colorado. I went to a concert with Collins. What was her name? Judy Collins. And I remember looking out. I'm really dating myself. Over the Red Rocks Amphitheater to the city of Denver, and I used to go to Willie Nelson up there too. So I like country music, but at those kind of things. But usually just on the radio and around, I listen to news or try to turn it off and pray.
Bishop, what was your first impression of Sioux City when you visited here 18 years ago?
Well, Sioux City. In 1980, I became the pastor of Shrine of St. Anne Parish in Arvada, Colorado. And the first principal I hired at the school there was from Sioux City, a graduate of Bishop Heelan, graduate of St. Michael's, a graduate of Briarcliff, and she was in Denver, and she was a teacher at our school, and I needed a new principal. So I hired her as the first principal when I was pastor of the Shrine of St. Anne in Arvada. And she started telling me about her childhood and being born in Sioux City, I heard a lot about Sioux City even before I ever got here. And Bishop Heelan, she is a graduate of Bishop Heelan. She told me about all of the nuns and all the things that were going on in Sioux City. Subi honey, you know, the popcorn, all of this stuff. And here I am, Bishop of Sioux City. So I drive in with a friend of mine. Well, the first time was, you fly to Omaha and then drive up. And I was surprised at how small it was compared to Denver. As the years have gone by, I've fallen in love with Sioux City. It's my brothers and sisters, some of you were at my 50th anniversary, my ordination as a priest, and we had a celebration and they said, Nick, no wonder you don't want to come back to Denver. The people here in Iowa and Sioux City are so nice. So it's Iowa nice. I've fallen in love with the Midwest. I don't know when I'm going to go back to Denver, but we'll see. After my ankle surgery,
Yeah,
for sure.
for sure. Father Brad, one more for you. This will be the last time we'll put you on the seat. Where does Bishop Nickless like to vacation?
Wow. He tends to vacation, as far as I know, with his brother priest. There's a place out in California that I know that he liked. And it's always warm weather places. I don't know that
I like the ocean, I like the beach. I have the mountains, I have the plains, but we don't have the ocean. So I like.
20 Orchard is where you.
Yeah.
He likes his house.
Yeah, don't give that address out publicly, Renee. I'm not sure that's. Bishop, we're going to close up with 2 questions for you. What is something that would surprise the entire audience that you have done? Something like bungee jumping or race car driving or anything wild like that? Is there anything you can share that you've done that would surprise people in this room?
When I was a deacon, studying to be a priest, we had to go in the summers to different missionary territories, and I remember going to Uganda, and I went to the equator, and have a picture of me at the equator in Uganda. Of course, from Colorado, the Continental Divide, I was up on Trail Ridge and many times that, but I don't know. I think people know that those are the 2 things, nothing special.
That's right. So Bishop, last question, we'll end on a serious note. Where is your favorite place to be quiet and to be with God?
You know, I'm blessed as a bishop to have a chapel in my home. And that's where I say Mass when I don't have anywhere else to go. That's where I pray the office in the mornings. It's a beautiful, quiet place. And that's where I take time to pray for all of you and my family and all the intentions. So it's a special place just to have that home.
How about a big round of applause for all 3 of our interviewees? So at this time, it gives me great pleasure to present our award this evening. So here, I'll take that microphone, Bishop, so you don't have to. Bishop Nickless, the new Bishop Heelan Catholic High School will be your largest physical and financial imprint in the diocese when you retire. This is a part of your legacy. So on behalf of Bishop Heelan Catholic Schools, I say to you, thank you for your support of Catholic education and the building project. I am well aware of the many challenges and trials that accompanied the building project, and I'm sure you can articulate many that no one else might know about. But in the end, your faith and perseverance has built a great home to Catholic education for decades to come in Siouxland. Without your commitment, understanding, and patience, who knows what our schools would be experiencing today. So thank you for your guidance, your grace, and your blessing on our schools, community, and diocese. We're truly indebted to you for at least the next 75 years and beyond. So ladies and gentlemen, we present tonight the very first Legacy Award to Bishop R. Walker Nickless.
not happen without all of you as well. So give yourself a round of applause as well. Thank you all for listening.